What's going on, guys? ShadowNinja here, and today I'm going to be talking about Overkill's The Walking Dead not closed, but private beta going on. Well, I was actually very surprised to see an email. I got a code for the private beta, and I was actually really excited. I saw The Walking Dead, and I'm like, oh, cool, Overkill's The Walking Dead. Now, to get things started off, I have not seen nothing for this game. I have no clue. I've seen one picture, and it was part of a trailer, so I'm guessing it's a cinematic. I don't know. I seen one thing. It was an image of a guy in a car or something like that, and that's all I have knowledge of this game. I have nothing walking in. I knew nothing. So when I got the code and I downloaded it and I started playing, I was actually really surprised at what was going on. Now, there's a lot of things I like about this game, but there is a few glaring issues right now when it comes to replayability. So I really like the aspect of the squad system, or like kind of taking a familiar tone with Dead Island, Dying Light, specifically Dead Island, and others like Destiny, where you jump in a squad, you hop into a mission and stuff like that. Now, where things get a little bit different when it comes to Destiny, in this game, there is no open world like Destiny is. There kind of is an open world, but I'm going to talk about that later. But a lot of this stuff is just mission based. Complete this mission, complete that mission. Now, one of my critiques about the mission so far is I've really had a hard time completing it. So I bet with over time, I'll complete these missions. But right now, starting the game, these startup missions, I really wasn't able to complete none of them. Now, there is two basically main story missions where there's an objective, you go and you complete this. You got to find something, you have to infiltrate something. You have to do one or the other. Now, for the most part, cool thing about this, I actually like this a lot, is the amount of sound you make in general. So if you're having a gunfight with the enemy AI, you really need to be quick about it, because if you're not, the more noise you make, the more of a attention you attract, and a lot more zombies come your way. And I really do like that aspect, but at the same time, I think there needs to be a bit of a balance. The suppressor is really weak when it comes to durability, and yes, it's kind of taking, like, you can't use a suppressor because it's gonna get weak and break over time. But at the same time, like, how am I supposed to take out these opponents quietly, like, without anyone actually knowing anything, if my silencer breaks, and then you're stuck at the AI automatically seeing you for most of the time, and you have to engage in a gunfight, and then these guys don't even have a suppressor and they're shooting like crazy. So it just kind of doesn't really make sense. And then when the horde comes, and it's like the second wave is unbearable. I haven't even seen a third yet. I don't even want to imagine the third. But the second wave for one of the missions was absolutely insane. I just got overwhelmed and I instantly died. But another thing I really, really like is the atmosphere of the game so far. It's really, really like, Walking Dead-ish, like urban style. So me personally, I know a lot of the source material. Not so much the show. I stopped watching the show after season 5. I just found it very boring. Really nothing to be intrigued about. So yeah, that's just me. I haven't really watched Walking Dead in a while. But I do know the comics. I really was a big fan when I was watching it. And I really do love the setting and the universe that it establishes. And there's something very similar to that within the story. There's camps. There's, people fighting over who. Now, I'm not exactly sure if this is actually based off of any comics going on, or is this a whole new, brand new set story. I have no clue on that one. Maybe I'll look it up, maybe I'll find out and put it on the screen, but right now I have no clue what's going on with the story. So if it's a fresh take, a fresh new story, I really, really like that a lot. I really hope it's not based off the source material, like it has like a specific story, because things might get predictable and we might understand and guess what's going to happen, and spoilers and all that stuff. Now, one of the biggest critiques I have about this game so far is the replayability. The combat with zombies seems very bland. It's not really exciting. It's very slow, very boring, and very repetitive. So pretty much, if you really want to get the most out of it, just walk up behind a zombie and just take them down. Keep your distance, and just you don't want to do the quick dash, because you're going to use a lot more of everything. You want to use a heavy one, because one, you're likely to eliminate that person within that one heavy dash, heavy hitting strike. The quick dash, I guess, is I don't know what. You also have a push, so you can shove them away if you're getting overwhelmed. I really find that useful. I found it out, and I started using it a lot more. So that's very useful. But again, the combat in the zombies is very slash. There's nothing intriguing about that. It's very, very Dead Island like. It's nothing too crazy. There needs to be work there done. I think there should be a little bit more intriguing things. Maybe more weapons and make it a lot quicker. I'm sure that's going to be the case eventually, but right now, starting up, there's none of that. Now, another con too, like I was saying before, is the combat versus humans. Now, the gunplay is really, really good. I really like the gunplay. It's like intense, it's quick, it's a lot heavy hitting. But the problem I have with it is the noise factor. Now, it's hard to avoid these, these gunfights and these story missions that have objectives without, making a lot of noise, because your suppressor can only take so much. I do like, though, in the standard story mode, that you are restricted on ammo. You have to keep that in consideration, but I do wish you start off with a little bit more. Now, the other missions that are in the game are wave-based missions. Now, I didn't try the zombie one. I honestly didn't care for the zombie one because, right now the combat for the zombies is not so great. But the human wave thing was pretty intense, pretty fun. But I think that they're just so overwhelming from the jump. There's like about 5 waves, and pretty much the objective is defend your, store your crafts, your supplies from your camp. And it was just pretty insane. Like, they were really, really getting on you. They were really jumping on you. They were like in packs of 10. And the second you peek trying to shoot any of them, they were lighting you up. So I think there needs to be a little bit of balance factor on that. I really did like the missions, the wave missions. They were pretty fun. I really didn't think they were going to be that fun. But the gunplay, the gun combat in this game, surprisingly, is the best combat in the game. But again, when it comes to the story missions with objectives and walkers and humans, you do got to keep in mind the noise factor, and right now I think that's a little bit too much. There is an open world too to the game, or like a a little social space. Not much to it. It's very whatever, bland. I wish there was more to it. If the game fully released, when the game fully releases, I'm sure there's gonna be more to it. But right now it's very bland, dull, and I don't see why you should go there. They showed missions and all that stuff, but it really wasn't that interactive. I couldn't find anything. But overall, I am actually really, really surprised knowing nothing about this game. I like the approach they're taking. I really, really want to see more of this game. I really want them to expand on it. And honestly, it's one of the games I'm looking forward to purchasing eventually, but only time can tell how much they do, how much they improve. But right now, the biggest cons right now is the replayability when it comes to some of the combats. The combat is very, very repetitive, and I really hope they find a way to make it intriguing and fun. But overall, I like what they did with the atmosphere. I like what they're doing with the story. I like what they're doing with the team dynamic. But again, the combat is a big glaring issue, and that's pretty much what this game is focused on. So only time can tell, see what they do with the combat. But again, I'm really glad I got this private beta code, checking it out. I do like checking out these betas. I think betas are great for feedback. I really hope Overkill, or I forget the studio's name. Overkill. I don't even know the studio's name, honestly. That's how much I don't know much about this game except for that one picture. But I'm really surprised so far. I'm really interested in seeing what they do with it. Well, that's all I got for this one. If you guys like this video, found it informative, and you are looking forward to Overkill's The Walking Dead, definitely drop this video a like. I will definitely be keeping more information, more news updates that drop with this game. I definitely want to see what this game becomes. It's very, very, very cool that they're working not only with the creator of the story, but they're making this world in a video game, and different from the Telltale games, because I know that's pretty much the only Walking Dead game out there. So without further ado, hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's all I got for this one. ShadowNinja here, and I'm out.